still cover a whole lot more. Enjoy higher discounts and better coverage for any kind of vehicle, car, SUV, or pickup with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. To sign up, call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and settle for more today.
2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6.
Education multiplies their chances and places the world of opportunity in their hands. No matter where they are in the world, make sure they are prepared for their journey back to school with Western Union. School fees, books, room and board, whatever the reason. Knowledge, independence, opportunity. Western Union, moving money for better.
And we're back inside the room, the ladies' room for today, guys. Good morning. Where is that thingy? Talk about another crazy scenario, situation that we're about to deal with. I need somebody to pray. Somebody want to call in and say a word of prayer before we start this? I think we need to start these ladies' rooms lately with prayer because I honestly don't know what's going on. I really, really don't know what's going on. Good morning, Christelle. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Auntie Sharon. Good morning, Rochelle, Marion, Jill, Teardrops. Teardrops? Why you have teardrops? Zilma, Queen Bee, Giads, Tafazwa, how art thou? Good to have you in the room. Yeah, come in the room quick because we need to break down this situation. We need to discuss this situation. Good morning, Kata. We need to discuss the situation this morning. Michaela, good morning. I don't even know where to start. Marianne says that I look lovely in my yellow. Listen, don't even start that. Thank you. Yellow and blue have become my favorite colors. I once upon a time when people ask me what's your favorite color, I usually say I don't have a favorite color. Why should I limit myself to one color when there are so many colors? You know, if they ask me what color I don't like, I would say black. But folks say, black is you. But for some reason, I hate black clothing. But I wear it when I have to. Tafazo, green clothes is not something I have. I have neon yellow and neon green, but I don't have like this shade of green. This green, no, I don't have it. I have this shade right here. This one, I got it, but I don't have that shade of green. So if you want me to wear some green clothing, small if it has stretch, medium if there's no stretch. All right. So bring me some green clothing if you have. But I have a lot of yellow and blues. Yeah, I've got a lot of yellow and blue clothing. I like bright colors. It makes me feel alive, and I don't want to be buried in black either. Someone told me that I'm weird yesterday. I'm like, what you mean weird? Because they asked me and I'm like, I don't want to be buried. I want to be cremated. And they're like, who sits and plan what they want to be? And I'm like, that's what I want. I don't want to be buried. Why would I want to be under the ground and worms and all kind of beasts inside me eating me up? No, I wanna be cremated. I don't want to be buried. I have no worms and all sort of things crawling over me and eating my flesh. And no, I'm dead. Yeah, but somebody told me I'm crazy yesterday. Anywho's, Marissa, good morning. Leonette, good morning. Della is here. Auntie Sharon, Della is here. Arnold, good morning. Debbie Crony, Latouche, good morning. Michelle, good morning. So, we have a situation. We have a situation this morning in the room, and this is the fastest I've seen any one of my posts getting to 114 comments. Even before, like in less than 15 minutes, there were 96 comments. I kid you not. In less than 15 minutes, there were 96 comments on this post. For those of you who have not been privy to it, I have not seen it yet, the one that I posted on my page, listen carefully. This person says, my 32-year-old fiance has a 5-year-old daughter. Her mother passed away when she was giving birth to her. He has been raising her ever since he lost his wife, with the help of his family, of course. I am now in the picture, and we're going to get married in 2023. That's next year. And I'm 6 months pregnant with his son. I'm not the stepmother type, so I know I won't treat his daughter the same way I will treat our son. To be quite honest, she annoys me. She looks exactly like her mother, so she constantly reminds my fiance of his dead wife. And she is very attached to her daddy, which makes me afraid that my son will not be able to bond with his father because of her. Basically, I want to tell my fiance to get rid of her. She can live with her grandparents, or we can find her a nice couple that wants to adopt a child. I don't know how to approach the situation, but I need to find a way to convince my fiance to get rid of her. She says, I'm not a bad person. I'm just trying to look out for my son and make sure he will get all his father's attention that he deserves. Please help. I think I need to go back to doing my show at nights where I can like really curse if I want to and like say, but let's not kid ourselves here. While a lot of you are outraged, let's not kid ourselves for a second that we don't know this is happening more often than not. Especially, listen, I understand the outrage, but all of that. But there shouldn't be any surprises here, because I'm sure we've all heard of stories where stepchildren are involved and the way certain step parents take care of them. And a matter of fact, I don't even know why we call them step and step. That is your daughter. If you're with the person's father or with their mother, that's your daughter now. This step and all those things, I don't understand it. Especially if you're in a serious relationship where you're married to each other. That's not your daughter. And I've heard too many stories of children. Well, let me use the stepdaughter or stepchild phrase for now. Are severely abused and taken advantage of by the boyfriend or the girlfriend or the husband or the wife. So let's not kid ourselves like, this is so far-fetched, because I'm seeing a lot of people commenting like it's so far-fetched. There are a lot of people who get into situations with either men or women who have children already in the picture. And for some reason, they think they don't need to have a relationship with that stepchild or that child that's already there before you. But this one, at least, is being honest. There are others who pretend, oh, they like your child, and behind your back is all little pinches and all sort of things, to harm that child, and also to get between that child and the parent, because to them, the child is like, that middleman that keeps you attached to the parent, whether it's the mother or the father. But in this instance, this 5-year-old child, her mother passed away. And I cannot understand for the life of me how a child who just lost her mother as a woman, you're trying to get rid of that child, pass that child along to either the husband's family or a couple who would adopt her, because you think your child wouldn't get. Listen, when you hear people calling people witch, don't take it lightly. That's what you call a real witch with a capital WITCH. Like, how do you even, a 5-year-old annoys you? And to justify this, you're saying you're not a bad person. No, you're not a bad person. You're an evil person. Because nobody with half ounce of sense, or even a little bit, would try to get rid of a 5-year-old child whose mother passed away when she was giving birth to her. Yesterday, the lady wanted to leave she 4 children with a man to go and hook up with she ex-man. No, today, you want this man to give away his daughter because you're pregnant, and you don't want your son to not get attention. What's wrong with you, really and truly? I wonder if this man he could hear this and see this, and I wonder if this man isn't seeing signs that this woman doesn't like his child, to contemplate getting married to this person. So imagine they ain't even married yet and she's behaving that way. You know what will happen when marriage take place? And she inside. Y'all know what's gonna happen, right? That's remind me like Cinderella. Was it Cinderella or Snow White? Cinderella was in the no, not Cinderella, Snow White. Yeah. This remind me of that fairy tale, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Was Snow White which the queen didn't like her, something so, and she ran away? Which one of them? Cinderella was the one with the shoes, right? And the stepmother and sisters didn't like her either. I think it's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Which one was in the mirror? And which is the beautiful fairest of us all? Or Snow White? Yeah, that's like a Snow White story. So you want like a give her away. Do you want to like vet people? I think like we have to start vetting people we get into relationships with. Like seriously vetting them. Because it's true, people pretend well, yes, people play up good, but it's only for so long. There's no way on God's green earth, as a woman, you would want to give away. You would want to give away a child. You want your fiance to get rid of a child that is 5 years old because, of course, she's going to have a bond with her daddy. Her mother passed away while giving birth to her. Her daddy is all she knows. And instead of building on that and establishing a nice little home, and you being the mother now, you can't not even step because she doesn't have a mother. Her mother is dead. You being like a mother to that little girl. You concerned about attention that your child that isn't even born yet is gonna get. Like, how selfish is that? Like, how do you even get married to somebody who thinks and feels and behaves that way? To be quite honest, a 5-year-old annoys you. And she looks exactly like a mother, so she constantly reminds her fiance of his dead wife. And she's very attached to her daddy, which makes me afraid that my son will not be able to bond with his father because of her. What if you're brave, go on? She wants to tell her fiance to get rid of you, get rid of that 5-year-old. You know what? Go ahead and tell him. And I pray to God that he gets rid of you instead. Because that might have to be crazy just like you, even contemplates or even thinks that, he's going to do what you say to get rid of your child, get rid of his 5-year-old child who lost her mother. You seriously need to tell him so he can get rid of you ASAP. Take care of his child, but get rid of you ASAP. You want to tell him to get rid of her so she can live with her grandparents, or you can find a nice couple that wants to adopt a child. Lord Jesus. Monkey real note. Monkey real note tree to climb, Some people, this is like a ready-made family here for you. You don't have to contend with no baby mothers or whatever. This is like a ready-made situation. And you would think you would step in and, love this child like she's your own because you love this man. Or you could love a man and you don't love a child. And the same goes for people who love, want to get in relationship with people and isolate their children. Once you're in a serious relationship, it's part of the package. Once you're in a serious relationship, it's part of the package. I don't understand why people think, I can pick and choose which part of the package I keep, which part I don't keep. You that insecure? A 5-year-old child intimidates you? Because she looks... Listen, I keep telling you, you have more crazy people outside than inside, eh? Because imagine the child mother died while she was giving birth. Make it make sense. Like... Make it make some serious sense. She looks like her mother, so she reminds her fiance of his dead wife. What is that gonna do though? She's dead. You're insecure about a dead person? And dead person makes you insecure? The woman is dead. Listen. If you do go to this man with this, I sincerely hope this man like kicks you to the curb like ASAP. Child and all. Whoa, I got a lot of messages. I didn't really realize that.
Arna, this is funny. This is very funny. I mean, I'm a stepfather of 5 children, and I have one son with that person I'm in a relationship with now. We're together for 5 years.
Mhm.
And I have a daughter on the outside as well from my ex.
Mhm.
I mean, no, you wouldn't have the same feeling, or you wouldn't love somebody's child as the way you would love your child, but you will have feeling for that child. At a point in time, you will have feeling for that child. You would have to treat that child
Your
like that child
own.
means something to, because I mean, yeah, you want your son to bond with the father. What about the daughter?
Mhm.
She already close to the father. He's the only father she has. She doesn't have the mom anymore. I think that female should think things over and see things from the other side. Because as a man, I wouldn't side with that.
I have another one.
Well, I'll say this much. Whoever this lady is, she can't really claim to love this fiance and want to marry this fiance because that child is his heart. The reason why that child is with him is because he wants that child, he loves that child. That child is a part of him. That's his seed. You understand? So you can't love that man and want to get rid of his child. That child is 5. That child is innocent. That child has nothing, has contributed nothing wrong to this world. And so, what she can do to really say she loved this man is to make this child her own. And if she find that child look like the mother, make that child look like her in spirit, right? Be an influence on that child. Let that child love her like her own mother. And yeah, I mean, she really needs to pray on this situation because, yeah, she taking this, she really analyzing this on the wrong side of things, for real.
I tell all already now, tell all again. Not everybody that have child supposed to have child or children. Not everybody who have child or children supposed to have children. It just so happen people just get pregnant. Imagine that's how she feels about a 5-year old that you met. It's not like the man we've been together and the man step out and get chat with some other woman pregnant and he come home. I could understand you saying, you know what, I want nothing to do with this because it reminds me of your infidelity. It reminds me of the time you cheated on me. So I don't want this child around my child or in my home. I can understand that to a certain extent. But there's no way I can understand you meeting a man with a child and saying to this man, you have to get rid of this child because this child is annoying me and is getting too much attention from you. So I would want you to give this child away to a couple or to her grandparents. Like, how do you even think that makes sense though? How are you okay with that? I don't get it.
That thanks for coming out and letting us know how she feel. And I want the dead wife to give her a box and she look herself know.
Yourself. Imagine that. I could understand if this child is a result of infidelity and you've been with this man a long time and he came and slept with somebody else and got somebody else pregnant. I could understand you saying, you know what, I want nothing to do with this child, and then but still the child is still innocent. But at least you could understand you feeling that way, that it keeps the wound fresh. Every time you see this child, it reminds you of what your husband or whatever did. And it's the same that goes for people, whether male or female. You get into a relationship with somebody who have a child or children. When they say, what? You can't have the cow and not have the calf, or like the calf? It is a package. If you know that is not something that you could deal with or like, then you find somebody with absolutely none. So you don't have to deal with it. But why get into a situation with somebody who you know have child or children, and then you have a problem with the child or children, but you fast forward frontage another place. You met the man with his child. I mean, I know a lot of times we come down on the men, but these days, I ain't lying, we sure not we sell these days, boy. Shame, shame, shame these days to come on here, you know. You must ever watch some of these scenarios and I'm like, Lord, it is an embarrassment as a woman to even think that way. Of and it's not just it's not even a little boy, it's a little girl. Do you know how hard it is for that little 5-year-old to deal with the thought that she doesn't have like a mother? Her mother died while giving birth to her. That is something, she'll live with forever, and you there trying to get rid of her. The only parent that she has, you want to take away that child from her only parent. And you don't see anything wrong with that. It's like the casual way she went about describing this situation. It's like, no big deal, I'll just give her away. It's like the lady yesterday wanting to give away her 4 children to shack up with Joe Grind. What's going on with y'all and children? Children are always innocent. No child has to be born in whatever situation. Y'all bring them in these situations and then wanna mess them up after. That is not fair. Homegirl yesterday prepared to give away her 4 children. And the thing is, she didn't even say, you know what? Let me take 2 and you keep 2. Last night I sit there and I went through some of the comments and I got up and I'm still thinking about that situation from yesterday. And I'm like, but wait. The lady didn't even offer to take 2 of the children and let the husband keep 2. She told him to keep all 4 of them so she can go be with her ex-man, absolving herself of all responsibility. She didn't even offer to take 2. You can keep the kids. What are y'all doing children that for? Like, seriously. And those are the ones who jump up and happy when Mother's Day come around and like they're the best mothers and what have you, and then y'all are like this. I make no apologies for saying this. Not every one of you deserve to have children. The way you treat and deal with children, because you are having a child of your own, and you want to give your child the best. You want the child to have a relationship with his father. You want to have your child to have a relationship with his father, but you don't want his daughter to have a relationship with him. Like, make it make sense. How selfish is that? You want the best for your son, but you're okay to toss a 5-year-old child aside like she's nothing, like nobody. She's not worthy of having her father there in her life, knowing fully well her mother passed away while giving birth to her. If this man get married to you, whatever he get, he had to take. Because if he can't see the signs, or maybe you're very good at pretending that you like his child when you don't. But then again, you're saying you want to tell him. So I hope that and pray that you really tell him so he can see you for the monster that you really are. I really wish you tell him that you want him to give away his 5-year-old daughter because the daughter annoys you and because you look like your mother. So you want him to give her away, or find a nice couple to adopt the man 1 child with a wife who passed away. According to my friend Tessa, hi lad. That is beyond selfish. That is beyond selfish. Anybody agrees with that and don't see something wrong with that picture, well, something wrong with you too. And he better be careful, because if she feels that way, you never know what she can do to the man child. So them Delilah coming out. Watch out, have you, I would not have you. Them Delilah coming out. Good morning.
Aruna morning.
Morning.
Aruna, I too bad for my 2 children. Aruna, that these women them will come close. The woman will come close. Them kind of woman could never come close. Because at the end of the day, Aruna, my children come first.
I should be every single day, 365 days.
That was always say. This is the conniving man that come and handbook people. But at the end of the day, would have the children come first?
Every single day.
Every single day. So I don't know where brave and bold woman has come out. I can give away a child. But she wanted to give away a child.
The man one child.
You walked up a woman like that? Roll up something other wrong with this woman and them. Have a nice day.
Have a good one. Something wrong is an understatement. That is a sign of insanity. And this lady needs to have her head examined and she needs to be checked out. She needs to get herself checked out. This is not normal behavior. I mean, like I said, I know of situations where people don't like the stepchildren because the father, it's a way of staying in touch with the mother, and people and whatever. Some people feel a type of way because sometimes they say you use children to get close to the man or to get close to the woman, and mother would always have to call father and they keep in touch because of child, and people feel a type of way. But I've never heard of a situation where a child's mother dies giving birth to her, and the woman wants the man to give away his child so that her child can get the attention that. So you're trying to tell me a man can give both children, the man can't give both children enough attention? So you're trying to say there are people with 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 children. You're trying to say that that man would not give your child attention. Well, how much attention your baby, that child want that he can't split, he can't share? She's 5, baby ain't born yet. Mr. Man, I hope you're somewhere listening. But I pray to God that this lady tells you that you can do the right thing. And I hope you will, and you wouldn't be the word I want to use. Good morning.
Good morning. You took the word right out of my mouth. That lady have no idea that love is boundless. You have 10 children. You have enough love overflowing for all 10. Another thing I like her to consider for a moment: if she dies in childbirth and the man has to take care of his son, you like a third woman come and say, give that son away because she don't want to see him. Someone as insecure as that a dead person and a 5-year-old innocent child is affecting you that way, is not deserving of having anybody else in their life. They are so selfish, they should just stay for themselves. And like you, I pray to God that she tell that man what she want, and then you say kick her to the curb. I tell her kick her straight through the goalpost, bust the net, etc. There is a harder kick than the curb is too close. Kick her beyond sight. It is just ridiculous that someone will think that, and I think that woman needs professional help, and that man he should definitely let her tell him. He probably don't know. I can't see. Good Lord.
Because some people are very good at hiding their emotions and how they truly feel, and she's probably the best stepmother when he's around, making sure that that little girl is well taken care of. But in his absence, probably pinching and wringing the child ear, all kind of thing.
Why I looking at it? I have some daughters myself. I mean, way past 5, but I'm thinking about my 5-year-old daughter. Someone want to get. This is according to them training. That is the worst, boy. Take care.
Alrighty. This is more than the worst. I mean, I think when you think you've heard and seen it all, this one take the cake for the rest of the year. Sam says she's the one that wants the attention. The baby's just a means to an end. Obviously, he ignored the signs. How could he not know how she felt about his child? Maybe, but if he's not around 24/7, like I said, people are very good actors. She could play the role very well, like she's concerned and cares about the child in his presence, because there's no way a man would see a woman ill-treating his child to the point where she doesn't even want her around and propose to her on top of it. So she must have been playing the game pretty well. So he figured, you know what, she'll be a very good fit to my child, to replace the mother that she lost. She's probably been playing her cards really well to get him to propose. And now that she's comfortable, she figures she's in a good place to suggest that the man gets rid of his daughter and to make room for her son. I'm telling you, listen, let's not be naive or pretend that we don't know how to play the game when we really want something. We all do it. So she's probably been the very best stepmother there is to that child, or mother to that child, to make that man propose to her. Because he probably thinks, oh no, she's a good person, a good fit for this family. Can be a very good mother to my daughter. And now we're going to have another son. So we have the perfect family here. But this is how she feels. It's only so long. As our saying goes, there's only so long you can feel a way and act a certain way, Sooner or later, the real and true you comes out. So she's probably tired of hiding how she really feels about that child.
Good day, good day, good day. That woman is Delilah. But you know something, that situation doesn't end up good, you know. Them men doesn't end up hating them woman and them, you know. Trust me. When them men and them open their eyes, the men doesn't end up hating them woman and them. And I hope that man take the time and open your eyes and see what you have in front of them. Because trust me, them situation they're not nice. Anyway, have a good day.
You see, and that's what makes people concerned about having people around their children. And that's why when you see some people saying, I don't want no stepmother around my child or stepfather around my child, you can't be mad at them, eh? You really can't be mad at them. Sometimes some do it to be petty, but other times some are genuinely concerned about who you bring around their children because you don't know. So you can't really blame a person when they say, oh, you know what? Or their relationship ends and the person moves on, the husband or the boyfriend moves on, and this person says, I don't want this woman around my child, or this woman says, I don't want that man around my child, or whatever the case might be. Or the man says, I don't want this man around my child, and the woman says, I don't want this woman around my child. You can't really blame them sometimes because people pretend well. People could act like they're, this child is like an extension of my family and I love her, and all the little smiles and giddy, giddy, gip, and then you mistreating the child every chance you get, wringing the child hair, pulling their hair, all sorts of things. Any little opportunity you get to hurt that child, you will. So you have to be very careful. You have to vet who you have around your children because people pretend very well. And a lot of times they scare these children into not saying anything. So they take the little abuse in silence and deal with it. So you have to be very, very careful who you have around your child or children, second or third party. You have to be careful, and you can't blame people for saying that because people these days, it's not what you see. What you see is what you get all the time. So you have to be very, very careful who you have around your children. But in this instance, I don't understand the need. I don't see the need for the insecurity because, like I said, the mother isn't in the picture. The mother died giving birth. So what is the insecurity about? Why can't he love his son as love his daughter and love his son? There's enough love to go around. There's no need to be selfish with love. You can give millions of people your love. There's enough space and room and everything to give. How do you tell a man that his daughter, who his wife died, and to him he probably already dealing with the guilt of his wife dying through childbirth, and he probably says, you know what, as a result of that, I'm going to give my child the most love and attention and care in the world to make up for her mom not being here. Her mom basically sacrificed her life for this child. So the most I can do is love her and make sure that she's good. You're not even seeing it that way. You're just concerned about yourself and your child. You're not even seeing it like, you know what, maybe this man is trying his utmost and the result of this bond is because he's been trying really hard before you came along to ensure that, his daughter wants for nothing, that although her mother isn't here, that she knows that he's here, that at least she knows she's got one parent who has her back, who loves her. And you're there conniving and scheming to take that child away because he's giving her, according to you, she's attached to him. Of course she'll be attached to him. If you only have one parent, why wouldn't you be attached to him? And even though you have two parents, you know what they say about girls and their fathers. Little girls love their dads. Boys gravitate towards their mothers, daughters gravitate towards their fathers. So even if the mother was around, she'll still have that bond. So imagine that mother dies. Who else would she be attached to? That is the only parent she knows. I mean, like when common sense was given away, so many people stood at the back of the line. You hear plotting and scheming and conniving to get rid of a 5-year-old so that your son could have all the attention in the world, when this man could give both children all the attention that they need. Like, I don't know, man. I want to tell my fiance to get rid of her. It's a piece of trash, a piece of paper, a piece of garbage. get rid of it, throw it outside. Imagine that. A child lost a mother, now you want her to lose her father as well. And you might have the testicular fortitude to say she's not a bad person, you know. She's just trying to look out for his son. So let the man look out for your daughter. I'm not a bad person, but I'm just trying to look out for my son and make sure he will get all his father's attention that he deserves. Girl, I live good, yes, Papa? Tell the Papa God coming for you all just now. Steady. And people say there is a sign, signs are time. Because I don't understand. Joe from saying like my feelings hurt with that one. For real. This child needs more love. Right, parents? This child needs more love more than ever. And I want you to tell him. I pray God that you tell him so that he can tell you what to do and where to go. Andel says I was in this situation because my father's wife was so nice. Now she get the ring and don't even talk to me. Wow. Kenisha says, anyone knows of a man that lost his wife when she was giving birth? Have a 5-year-old daughter and is with a woman he is engaged to be married next year who's expecting a child. If you know, please screenshot the post and send it to him. Let us save the man and his daughter from this monster. Totally agree. Anyway, guys, I gotta go. Well, that is just... Hold on, let me play this last one.
Aruna, on one of your other calls, you had some folks on your panel, and it was about really and truly finding out the root cause of a problem. The more I think about the situation, I believe this woman would have experienced some things in her life that is causing her to think that way. Maybe she went through a situation where she had been neglected due to a similar situation, you know, with her mother or her father having another partner that didn't treat her well, and it created some insecurities that are still with her. And so I think she, as I said, I called in earlier and I said a woman need to pray on this thing, and I think she really needs to pray on this thing to understand where this is coming from, because it's not right. It's not natural. It's just wrong. So yeah, I think she has some self-assessment to do to get to the bottom of the problem. She may need some therapy, or she just need some praying on, you know. But yeah, something is wrong with how she's processing this.
Got you. Sister, somebody need to beat her with a cookie broom. Long time I ain't hear about cookie broom. Anyways, guys, I gotta go. Thank you so much, Western Union and Beacon Insurance, for making this possible. We'll be back tomorrow with another, and I've got another crazy one for tomorrow, y'all. I'm telling you, I don't know what's happening in these relationships lately, but relationships these days making single life look real nice. I ain't lying. It's like it's a lot to deal with, but we'll be back tomorrow, so I hope you guys will join me for another ladies room. Thank you so much, everyone, for your contribution. Thank you so much for being part of the show. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on Power